everybody, I am back finally after a little bit of a hiatus, and I thought I'd come back with a bang. You know, been away for a while, and why not get back into this from the very beginning, back to where I started with my 1 foot observation. I do have some interesting stuff to talk about, looming in particular, but let me say a few shout outs to some of the people in chat. I have to turn my head because I'm using a different monitor at this moment in time, so just bear with me. We have Hazmatin, Flat Earth Frank, Julie Bennett, nice to see you in, B-Ball for Life, Brian Leake, Sleepy Warrior, I remember you, Christopher Lees, Devante, Ian Adams, we have a few more as well, Darkman, Grave Digger, Arwin, and Brian Steve Lee. Johnny Mosquito and Crow XE. Nice to see everybody in. Right, okay, so as you can see by the title, we have Roundtable Super Special Real World Proof of Looming by Ranty Flat Earth. Myself. Okay, so clearly you guys, a lot of you guys will remember me from way back when I was doing my filming. Doing you the beautiful observations across to Barrowing Furnace of perfect flatness. Well, I want to revisit one of these particular days. Let me just see if I can get up my screen. Just bear with me. Input screen. It's been a while since I've done this, so here we go. Perfect. Right, so I do believe we're seeing this now. So what I'm showing you here is just a few things that I'm going to be talking about. But first I want to talk about looming. What is looming? Or what is the idea of looming and what it is supposed to represent? So in the globe model, if we have a person here at point A and we're trying to see an object over here at point B, in the globe model we have a curve calculator which will tell you the circumference of the Earth and how much curvature there is supposed to be between your viewer height versus the object you're trying to see. So quite often flat earthers, globe earthers, just everyday people see much further than they should do. So the globe, to compensate with this, brings up this idea of looming. Now, looming is essentially what you're seeing here of the target being this point here, is essentially being able to be seen above the Earth curvature. You're able to see it. If I put a little line in here and show you exactly what I mean, what we're going to be saying is that you shouldn't see it with a direct line of sight, but due to refraction and looming, this object can appear to be seen even though it's beyond Earth curvature. Now, I've asked for the past 18 months or so essentially to show me proof of looming. Show me this proof of looming. Show me an object sitting on a hill over here and being loomed up beyond the hill, a building or anything like that. Just show it me. Prove, and I've been asking for it. Nobody's been able to provide it. So, as I say, in the globe model, the idea is that this, if we go across here, this object, it's being curved around. The light is being curved around the curvature of the Earth, like so, and you're able to see it. So this is what they say. So that's what looming is, and I've asked for proof of that. I didn't get it. However, on this particular day, I actually did get looming. What I'm going to show you here is there's 3 images on here. So this image over here, which I've got highlighted here, is essentially this image down here. So that's just one image in the same. And this is part of the footage that I'm going to be showing you guys in a moment. I've got 2 videos to show, very interesting. And what we can definitely see here is 2 of these buildings. We've got 4 windows. We've got 4 windows, and we've also got the jaggedy rooftops here, and there's the jaggedy rooftops here. In fact, it looks as if it's like one on top of the other. What we're definitely seeing here is looming. Now, if I sort of level this up and I put this, you can see the windows over here. This was taken from a different video. So essentially this was a clear day without any of these effects going on. So this is what the building looks like normally, and this is what the result was from my 1 foot observation when I was slightly higher, when I was actually at about 5 foot. So if I put my cursor on the windows there and then I drag this across, you can see where this is going to go. Essentially it is going to line up with these 2 windows over here. They're going to come up, they're going to match up, and what we can definitely see is we can definitely see 2 of these buildings. They are definitely being repeated, one on top of the other. So clearly we've got one very good shot of the real building, and as you can see this is going to line up perfectly with the windows. So there we go. So we've got one here, and then it looks like we've got a secondary one on top here, and there's the bottom of these, there's the bottom of that, there's the rooftop. You can see the rooftop here, you can see the windows here, you can see the windows there. So clearly this is looming actually happening. We're actually seeing looming going on here, guys. Obviously we've got the real image at the bottom and we've got this secondary image at the top, which is being loomed up. But is it being loomed up over a curved surface, or is it being loomed up over a flat surface? Well, I guess we'll get into that. So let me play a couple of these videos, if I can bring up the file. Here we go. So I'll just put this on now. This is 3701. What was that, a second? So on this particular day, I'd never got down onto my belly. I'd never done the 1 foot observations at this point. I'd never done the 1 inch observations. In fact, I'd never got down and dirty. I'd got low, I'd gone down to the beach, but I'd never actually got sand on me, apart from on my shoes. So on this particular day, obviously we get the 1 foot observations. Now you guys, you've probably seen the 1 foot observations. Actually, let me see if I can get this image up. The 1 foot observation image, it will be 3701, which I don't have it up right now, but oh, I've got it there. Number 1, no, that's not it. So get rid of that. So I tell you what we'll do. We'll have a look at this instead, because this is the 1 foot image, but essentially from 2 different locations. So the top image here was taken from 1 foot, right, in the spot that I'm going to be showing you this video from, and this other image was taken in a direct line of sight behind it. So everything matches up. You can see all the buildings match up. You can see, you know, it was a direct line of sight behind it, but higher up, and obviously you can get an idea of what these buildings look like just with a clear direct line of sight. You can see the sand dune at the bottom, etc. But on this particular day, what we're doing is we're definitely seeing shore to shore, but we still have this section of looming going on here. Can you see the doubling of the windows? It's not quite as severe. Now this is going to be quite important on this video. I'm going to show you the looming that's going on. So listen to this video. I don't think I've ever played this video for you guys, but this was the video that I took before I actually did the 1 foot observations, the series of 20 shots that I've shown quite a lot. So listen to the video. Here we go. So here I am at Ankersholm Slipway, which is just up there. Here we have the works that's going on in this location with the boats. I'm right by the water. As you can see, my tripod is set to about 1.5 feet. Now I'm going to be looking at Barrow. Right now I'm probably 5 foot above sea level. I'll be taking some still shots from this same area too. There's a good bit of refraction going on. Now I'm going to get down to the height of my tripod. See if I can see it again. So now I'm going to take some still shots, so I'll have them too. Just so that you can see that I'm not lying. You can actually see that I'm crouching down. And there's my tripod right next to me. Now I'm going to stand up. And now I'm going to take some still shots from crouching down now, and let's see what we can see. Okay, so that was the video that I recorded prior to the series of still shots that I took of Barrow Furnace. Now I'll show you that image again. Let's see if we can bring that one up. That will be this one. So this is DSCN3702. So that will be this top image here. Now if you look at my YouTube page, the big banner at the top, it has the full image. You can go and check that out. I've actually given the image away to lots of different people. But essentially this is a shore-to-shore observation, but we're getting a little bit of looming that's happening at the top. Now there's a couple of things I want to show you on the video. If we go back to the start of the video, now I'm actually standing up here at this point. Now, so I'm standing up and I'm holding the camera at approximately 5.5 feet above sea level, and look at this for an absolute slam dunk proof of looming. So look at this building here, right? Look at the two layers. You can even see the rooftop at the top here. You've got the rooftop there. Let me show you that on the image here. So this is it's over this side. So this is what the building should look like. It's quite slim, it's quite slender, quite small in comparison to the other buildings. It's certainly not like it's shown in the video. As you can see here, it's a definite being lifted up. That's been lifted up. This has been lifted up. All of this is being loomed up. There is looming going on, but it's quite severe at about 5 feet. I mean, you got the whole building being lifted up here. It's only when I go lower down, and when I go lower down and I'm holding the camera at approximately 1.5 foot, something like that, that we actually get to see not quite as severe looming. It's a much narrower band. So it appears that I'm looking through a different layer the lower down I've got, or I've been able to bypass that layer that's affecting or causing this effect of looming. It's very interesting on this day. If you look at the water and you look how calm the water was on this day, I mean, just look at this for a beautiful flat water. As far as the eye can see, right up to the boat as well. I mean, when we see this boat moving through the water here, you know, we're clearly seeing the hull of the boat. We're seeing the front part that breaks the waves. I'm not sure what it's called, but it has like a little nib at the front that sort of forces its way through the water. And you know, we're actually seeing that. And this boat here is 7 miles away, guys. This is 7 miles away, this boat. And and we have you know, complete flatness. This is from essentially 1.5 foot, 7 miles away. You know, the hull should be missing of this boat, and it's not. We see it all. Excuse me, I've had this bit of a flu for the past few weeks. I've struggled to shift it, so if you keep hearing me coughing, I do apologise. But what is interesting here too is this little building here. There's a building here that you see it better on the still images, but this building here, I think, is about 12. It might be, no, it's. Let me work it. Let me show you where it is. It's the RNLI station. So let me go down here and show you this building from 1 foot, bearing in mind. So everything is pretty consistent in this footage. It's like we are seeing shore to shore everything. We're seeing shore to shore. Here we go. Let's get the RNLI station, which is over here. So this is the RNLI station. It's 15 miles away. That's what we're seeing from a foot. But at the same time, we're also seeing this looming effect that's going on. We're seeing this looming effect of these buildings over here, this 18 miles away. You know, we're seeing this looming effect that's going on in the actual video. So, yes, I have been able to find looming. I can see looming. It's going on right here. Look at this. You can see it. It's not as clear as when I was higher up, where you had 2 of these. You had 2 of these. Do you remember I stopped it and showed you? We had 2 of these. Now we've only got, what, half of one that's being loomed up. This is from lower down, but from higher up, earlier on in the video when I was freestyling it, here we go, look at that. Now we're getting to see 2 of them fully. It seemed the lower down I got, I was able to bypass this looming and see shore to shore. So clearly we can demonstrate that looming has indeed happened. In fact, you can actually see it on this green one over here. This is the creme de la creme, the proof of looming. This is the object we're looking at. It's a crane. This is the front part, and that's the back part, and it's repeated above it in the same formation. So it's definitely being loomed up. The image is being definitely loomed up, and yet we're seeing shore to shore. So as I was speaking to Ruhif about this, because I got in touch with Ruhif after I made the post a few days ago, and well, he got in touch with me and he asked me to see the video, and he didn't get back to me afterwards after I explained, well, you know what, we're seeing shore to shore, and then we get the looming. So is looming happening around a curve, or is looming happening across a flat plane? Didn't get a response back. Now normally he's the first person to get back in touch if he thinks that he has something. He didn't want to know with this observation. He didn't want to know it. This is the rock that's in the foreground on the sea, on the beach. Just absolute perfect proof of looming, but proof that it can happen only on a flat plane. Not this. This didn't happen. It wasn't around a curve. We didn't see that. Now I'm going to show you another video. Let's go back to the next video. This will be the. This is after I've taken the images. I've had to move back because the sea was coming in. Tide was turned and it was coming in. So let's play the video. So now I've moved away about 20 feet away from the water, and I am stood up to a height of around about 5.5 feet now, and we're going to zoom over again, looking at Barrow. really don't need to play any more than that. You saw where I was, you can see everything, but what I want to show you is the some of the imageries inside here. That's the RNLI lifeboat station that I told you about before. There's the doorway where the boats leave from the ramp. So that's at 15 miles away. When we come back through here, sorry, that's it there, sorry, my mistake. There. When we come through here, this is awesome. Look at this. Look at this. The rooftop has been kind of just cut off and lifted up. The same with everything in the image. Even the clock tower. The clock tower face has disappeared. The same as the building has disappeared. The clock tower face should be here, but we're not seeing it. We're getting a very small amount of it there, but it has been lifted up. It's been loomed up the same as this. This has definitely had this has been taken off and raised up there. You can actually see this black mark here, which is this black mark here. You can absolutely see it in the image. It's crystal clear, absolutely crystal clear. And when we come over here, this is it. Look at this. This is loomed up. These ridge tiles here are these ridge tiles underneath. These windows here are these windows here. This black part is that black part there. Everything's just being loomed up. But it's a shore-to-shore observation, guys. It is a shore-to-shore observation. This land is at 13 miles away. It's only like 30 foot high. We're seeing shore-to-shore across a very flat plain. Now, it can't be being loomed and then loomed again. It's not like it's double loomed, because that would have to be the answer in the globe model. The globe model would have to be, okay, so we're seeing looming here and a shore-to-shore observation. So what we're looking at here is, this would be the globe, this would be what the globe would say, is that we're seeing all this is being loomed up here, all this imagery at the bottom, and this loom of the loom is the loom of the loom. You know, this is the loom of the loom. In the flat Earth model, if you know, we don't have a model, but if the flat was going to make an explanation here, we would say this is just the effect of optics. We've got a shore-to-shore observation here, and the effects of the atmosphere can lead to these very weird scenarios where you get to see things like this, which, let me tell you, isn't very often. Like I say, apart from this day, I don't think I've ever seen this kind of effect before, this looming effect. So that's how infrequently it happens, but we definitely don't have two lots of looming going on here. And what's really cool about this entire observation, including all this kind of looming that's absolutely apparent here, is that we have a boat that we can track. We have different boats that we are tracking. This is the RNLI lifeboat station, as I say, with the entrance hatch at 15 miles away. We have the boat, you know, this is the boat that's 8 miles away probably now, and it's a shore-to-shore observation. We have so many different things in this set of footage to show that it's flat. It's flat at 8 miles, yeah? It's flat at 15 miles to the RNL lifeboat station. It's flat at, where are we, to the lighthouse here. It's flat to the lighthouse at 13 miles away. Just flat everywhere. It's completely flat to this land over here, but yet we've got this looming effect going on. So it's definitely not a round earth curve, guys. So I'm looking for the loom of the loom. Yeah, Adam, I'm looking for answers here. I'm looking for answers. You know, this is what I've been asking for, guys. You know that I've been asking for, show me proof that things can be loomed up, right? But loomed up behind earth curvature. Now, I've not been able to demonstrate it behind earth curvature, but I can certainly demonstrate looming across a flat plane. Just tremendous. I mean, I've had to go out of my way to find this, guys, but look at it. It's just beautiful. Beautiful proof of looming. But is looming the answer, guys? When you see this footage, you know, if it can be demonstrated that looming can happen, does that mean it's happening around an earth curve? Have you been able to demonstrate it happening behind an earth curve? I can demonstrate it happening across a very flat plane of a very long distance, but can you demonstrate it happening around a curve, around a globe? Can you prove that? This is what I'm asking of you guys. The flat rests its case here. Flat Earth rests its case. You know, shore to shore observation with looming. Okay, now the globe. Now you go ahead, you try you've got to do your thing now. We're waiting to see what you guys can come up with. Right, who have we got in chat? I've seen that the Adam Meakin's in. Nice to see you, Adam. It's been a while. Who else do we have in? Secret G, Stefan P, awesome footage. Indeed it is, indeed it is. Let's see what else we had on this, because I'd saved some last night, you see, so I wanted to see what images did I have up ready to show you guys. Let me open with photos. There we go. Right, so that's the first one. Yeah, here we go. So here's the second image. Here's an image that I did last night. So obviously this is the double building that we see over here. This is the same cutout of it. Essentially, when you can see it, that is. There's the rock in the foreground. There's the building, and there's the repeat of it. This is from the 5-foot observation. And you can definitely see all this stuff going on through here, through the imagery. Right, let's see. Let's get the next one up. Seen that one. What's this one? Open with photos. Oh yeah, this is the repeat of the repeat. So there's the green crane, and there's the green crane again. It's the same step. There isn't two green steps like that, there's just one, that and that. This and this is the loom of the loom, if you believe this. If you believe that this is a loomed image, then it has to be a loom of the loom, yeah? It's as simple as that. This has to be being loomed, and then that has to be being loomed on top of it. Del West Watson, nice to see you in. Right, the Adam Meakin, you've demonstrated it can occur for a small part of an image at the extremities of observation, but not for an entire scene to scale. Indeed. Can you prove I won a t-shirt, Ranty? Yes, you did. O-double-beg FPV, you did win a t-shirt. Can you email me at ranty@rantyflyearth.com, and I will get it sent out to you, large if I remember. Let's see, what else do we have on these images? Yes, so look at this. This is what the building should look like here, and there we do have it. We do have it in the image. This is what the image looks like. We do have it, but we have a loom of the loom. We have a loom of the loom, guys. Right, Hazmat, world record is 260 miles, not 4. I would imagine that's the long distance photography, I would think. Ranty, is that a P1000? No, this was the P900, the P900 that Arwin's got. This is the footage that I took, I think it was around about April or May of last year. So a long time ago, guys. This is 18-month-old stuff. But you've all seen the 1-foot observations. You know what the deal is with that. And this is obviously proving more than anything, A, where I was, B, the effects that were going on that day, and C, that as I explained it at the time, it felt like I was looking under something, like a blanket. It felt to me like the atmosphere, the blanket that we usually look through when you get that distortion, it felt like the lower down I got, I was able to bypass that, and it felt like I was just able to just see shore to shore, and that's exactly what I saw, shore to shore. But in the shore to shore imagery, the lower down I got from 5 foot down to a foot, you do see this looming effect. So you can't have a loom of a loom, but what we can have is shore to shore observations on a flat plane, and you know, we can demonstrate that optical effects do happen and can happen, but that doesn't mean that they're being loomed up beyond Earth curvature. In actual fact, this proves that it just happens across a flat plane and not beyond Earth curvature. So, is there a Loom of the Loom t-shirt? I might get that, you know, a Loom of the Loom, that'd be ace. Right guys, so I've dipped my toes in for my first show back. What I've been doing half an hour now. I'm actually getting a sore throat talking, that's not like me. 57 watching, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool for my first show back. Not at the heights that it was, but hey ho, it is what it is. If you guys have enjoyed this, leave a like, leave a comment. If you want the imagery, email me, ranty@rantyflatearth.com. I'll send you a link so that you can download the entire folder. So that'll be everything that I took from that particular day. I've got that on my Google Drive, so if you want that, you can have it. And yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by. I don't know when the next one's going to be. I think Brian is getting ready to do a presentation, and I'm expecting an email any day soon from a ex-pilot, commercial airline pilot, who wants to tell us how the Earth spins. So, you know, I'm open to these suggestions. If he can prove that, I'm all ears, and I'm sure the audience would love to listen to that too. So, without further ado, I'm going to end the stream, I believe. I'm just going to say goodbye to everybody. Yeah, aftermath backdrop. I didn't have time to change anything. Still got paint on my hands as well. Look at this. I'm so lazy. So lazy. Right. Yeah, thanks everybody. And I'll see you all in the next one.